Okay, well, we will go ahead and get started. I'd like to welcome 2017 FedEx Cup champion Justin Thomas. Justin, thanks for joining us for a few minutes. Making your first start here at the 3M Open. That said, if we could just get a few comments on how you're feeling coming into the week.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here. It's always fun coming to a new place. I played 9 today. The course is great. It's in unbelievable condition. The greens are about as good as you could possibly imagine. Yeah, everybody here has been very, very welcoming, which is always great and a nice feeling. And unfortunately, with how some tournaments work in the schedule, I haven't been able to come here in the past. But I'm glad that it worked out for me to be able to come this year. And I'm excited for the week.
You've got positives about the season and things that you may want to continue building on. Just kind of how you're feeling about your game and your week coming in. So forth.
Yeah, I really feel like great things are coming. I mean, obviously, I've had not very many results or not much positives to show of it, but I've played a lot better golf than I feel like the scores and finishes have shown. I mean, it was just a couple events ago, in the Travelers, I finished the top 10 when it was kind of somewhat. I mean, obviously Keegan was kind of running away from it, but very easily could have been a top 2, 3, 4, 5 finish. But I'm doing a lot of things pretty well. I got to kind of just get over that hurdle and feel like I'm very, very close. I am, and just got to hopefully this is the week that it all clicks and comes together.
And one somewhat unrelated question: a little while ago, while you were practicing, a number of people mentioned that you had talked to a little kid, Tommy or Thomas.
Yeah.
Somebody. How did that come about? What was that about?
He just was following us, and there obviously wasn't too many people out there on a Tuesday practice round, and I mean he was very into it, and I just asked if he wanted to come walk inside the ropes with us. His real name is Thomas, but he goes by Tommy. I made that mistake when I introduced him as Thomas, and he said I go by Tommy to everybody. So sorry to him for that, but. No, he's a cute kid. I mean, he actually hit a shot on 17 with my 7-iron to about 25 feet. It was pretty impressive, and he's just big into golf, and I was glad he could come hang with us a little bit.
Good mojo for you.
Yeah.
Well, with that, we'll open it up and take a few questions. Start with Jerry.
I know you were in the running for the Ryder Cup team at Hazeltine in 2016. Have you ever played here in Minnesota or spent any time here?
I thought this was my first time to Minnesota. I forgot that I came and played Hazeltine for that practice session. So I haven't been here since then or played any other golf around here. It was just basically that day. I think just played 18 holes. I haven't been here since then.
Did you have any second thoughts or take a second thought to play here or Wyndham in the next 2 weeks?
I'm playing both weeks.
Yeah.
I'm playing this week and next week, so they weren't originally on the schedule, but things change, and you have to adjust sometimes. And the way that, the playoffs, the format is now, and with it being 70, 50, 30, in past I may just be able to rely on a good first event or two in the playoffs, but the way it is now, you have to play some good golf to be in the playoffs, and I haven't exactly done that so far, so I have 2 weeks to get myself in a good spot.
What's it like kind of embracing the weekly grind right now and playing knowing you have to get points and everything? Because not everybody who is outside the top 70 is playing all these events, but why is it so important for you to get yourself in that position and go for it?
Well, a lot of reasons. Like I said, I'm very, very close. I feel like I'm just right there to kind of like breaking through a little inner confidence or mojo, if you will. And I'm not going to get that at home sitting on the couch. So I need to personally feel like I just kind of need to play my way through it a little bit. But this just goes to show. I think this is, to me, first off, this is an unbelievable opportunity for me. Kind of behind the 8 ball, and my end goal is to make Tour Championship like it is every year. So it's not like I'm just playing to try to get in the first playoff event. I want to be in Atlanta, and I'm going to have to get there somehow. But this is a good chance for me to learn a little bit about myself and push myself and become better. This game, nothing's given to you. I've had great chances to win the FedEx Cup the last 5 or 6 years, and now I'm trying to make the playoffs. So that's just the way that the sport is, and it can happen to anybody. So you just got to go out and get it, and that's what I'm going to do these last 2 weeks.
Justin, how have you been spending your time since you left Hoylake? What have you been doing?
Not much. I got here Saturday afternoon. Just basically taped my eyes open to stay awake as late as I possibly could, and had a nice dinner with Bones, my agent, and my wife, and all of us were just. We just were trying to stay there as late as we could, and then had just kind of the same thing on Sunday. Just relaxed, didn't do much. I just wanted to take 2 days, or I guess a day and a half, whatever, off of golf. I'm a golf nerd. I watched every shot of the Open. I watched the finish of the Barracuda. Had to do some laundry. Just kind of hung out, did a little workout, but yeah, it's pretty much just been kind of resting and trying to get back on this time zone. I told Bones the other day I was trying so hard to stay awake as late as I could on Sunday night, and I woke up at 2:30 yesterday morning with all the lights on in my room. So I didn't even make it to the bedside table to just turn the light off. I was so tired. So the biggest thing is just getting back acclimated and making sure that I'm mentally and physically energized and good to go.
You mentioned watching the Open Championship, and we've seen you tweet and follow some of the other majors that you didn't make it to the weekend. Why do you like to do that? It seems like it would be hard for you, having not been there, but you still wanted to watch. Why did you want to do that?
I'm a golf fan. I am. Obviously, it sucked this year. I've literally watched all four majors, the winners play their entire final round. So that's not what you want to be. You want to be the one that's being watched. But I am. There's a lot of people that just, if they miss the cut or if they're not playing, they don't want to watch. But I'm a golf fan. I felt like I learned from watching Brooks at the PGA. I felt like his demeanor and how he went about everything. For me personally, I was like, that's how I want to be, how I want to act when I'm out there playing in majors. And Harm yesterday or 2 days ago, it was just how he just picked his way around that golf course, and just seeing how focused he was, and how him and Big Country, his caddy, are kind of in their own little world under that umbrella. And it's just, so as a fan I like to watch, but also if I can learn a thing or two, then that's great.
Like you said, a little behind the eight ball, and some of the off the tee stuff biting you a little. What is the plan with a lot of water here? And you've had a lot of success on the Florida swing. You've done well at the Valspar a couple years in a row. Is that come into play mentally at all?
Oh yeah, sure. It's tough, but it's at the end of the day, it's still golf, right? It doesn't matter if I'm playing at last week at Hoylake, or if I'm playing here. It's just it's a better to play from the fairway than it is from not the fairway. And I was obviously, when you shoot 11 over, you have a lot of things that go wrong. But when I was looking at it, I was just, the majority of my holes that were over par had to do with some sort of bunker that I hit a tee shot a couple yards off the fairway here that would be fine here in the States, or it would, and then instead resulted in a spot where I couldn't even get out of the bunker, and so on and so forth. And so, yeah, the course is very right in front of you. It definitely seems like there's going to just be holes or tee shots. I haven't played the other 9 where if you're uncomfortable, you may just have to play a little bit more conservative. But the greens are soft. They're so good, like I said, that you can make it. From what I've seen, a lot of birdies out here, so just kind of be patient and wait for that run to come, and maybe go shoot a 61 or 2 or 3 one day, and next thing you know, you're holding the trophy on 18 on Sunday.
JT, you mentioned Bones. Just wondering, he's seen you at the highest of highs. He obviously knows what you're capable of. Just wondering, as you navigate some new waters, what his role is in kind of helping you get through that.
It's tough. Caddies they just have such a hard job, right? Because they're damned if they do, damned if they don't. I think the thing that I respect and love so much about Bones is just how much he cares. I mean, he would do absolutely anything in the world if it meant that we were going to shoot one stroke better this week, or if I was going to feel that much better. And that's really all I could ask for in a caddy. And it's great. I mean, he's there, like you said, he's there with me through all of this, and we're both. I mean, not only am I going to come out better from it, but he is too, and he's just very supportive and very, constantly reminded me of, I'm pretty hard on myself at times and get down on myself and just kind of remind me who I am, what I've done, and what I'm capable of, and every once in a while I need that. So it's definitely good to have him beside me in the fairways. It's a good person to have on your team.
And then I'm kind of interested in exploring the connection between having fun on the golf course and having success on the golf course. Do you think that it's one of those things where you play well because you're having fun, or it becomes more fun because you're having success?
Yeah, you betcha. It's tough. I've gotten this argument. I shouldn't say. I've gotten into this argument with people before that everybody's different. I think their demeanors. I mean, you see it every week of some guys that are maybe a little more emotional. They're a little bit more here, and you have you look at DJ when he plays, he's like this, or a Cantlay doesn't maybe get overexcited, but he doesn't he's right here. Xander is so even keel. But the important thing is you have to kind of make the most out of what you have, and I try to more so let my mood impact my golf instead of my golf impact my mood. It's not my thing is it's not that easy to just wake up and be in a good mood and all of a sudden I'm going to shoot 65. If it was that good, we'd all be sitting up here getting interviewed, and you know what I mean? So golf means so much to me that I'm just not the kind of person that can go shoot 82, 71 and be fine and be smiling and be happy about it. That pisses me off. So, but everybody's different in that regard. But I'm on the side of the golf effect helps make the mood what it is, but that doesn't mean that I can't look at poor play or whatever, or a bad shot, whatever it be, and turn it into a positive, if that makes sense.
JT, you've had quite a few friends that have gone through, call it a slow period in their career, Tiger, Ricky, Jordan. Have there been any words from that group as you've hit a little bit of a slower point now? Any words of wisdom from people that have seen themselves go through it and come out of it?
I've asked him questions. I've talked to him about it, but look, you never want to compare, and I don't want to say anything that makes what they went through better or worse than it was. But I'm not in that position yet. No, I shouldn't say yet. I don't plan to be, but I mean, I'm top 20 whatever player in the world. I won a major championship, just a little over a year ago. I feel fine. I mean, I'm still doing a lot of things well. Obviously, like I said at the beginning, the results aren't there, and I'm also very fortunate that that this run of golf for 6 months, whatever it is, I feel like the reason it's being viewed as it is because of the player that I am, and I take a lot of pride in that. But I also know that at that same time, I'm the kind of player that I can get out of it just fine, and I have a lot of faith and belief in myself to know that that this is just a challenge and an opportunity for me to grow and get better and really come out of this even better than I have been in past. So they've been very helpful and very great friends during this, as I wouldn't expect it any other way. But yeah, every situation is different, I guess.
71 at Hoy Lake on Friday was a very good score, given the conditions there. You've talked about how well you feel like you're hitting it at points. Does that feel more indicative of where your game is at versus the 82 on Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, the 82, I don't, it was very similar to my golf at the U.S. Open. I mean, I just kind of chalk it up as a fluke. I mean, I made 2 doubles in a quad, right? So like that's literally middle school golf type stuff. Like I'm way too good of a player to be doing stuff like that. And that's just I don't know if it's a lack of focus or discipline or whatever, but yeah, I mean, I played really good golf on Friday. I mean, it's a little different when you're just shipping driver around there everywhere and you're just kind of hoping for the best. I mean, I knew I needed to go shoot 7, 8, 9 under, but I had full belief that I could do that. I mean, even with, I told Bones kind of, I think it was coming up like 12 or 13. I was like, we got 2 par 5s downwind. We can eagle both to these pins. I was like, if we can just get 3 of the other 4 holes, like we shoot 8 under, we're probably going to make this cut. And that's the thought process I had. And then I bogeyed the next hole, and that kind of all went to crap. But yeah, it's just more. It's more up here for me right now of just kind of relaxing and not being so hard on myself and just enjoying the game of golf again, because I haven't been as often as I should have.
You grew up playing in the heat. There are scorchers forecast between now and at least Thursday, and bad air quality to boot. How do those conditions affect players in the course?
I don't know. I mean, the heat it is definitely tough. It feels great after some of the cold mornings and evenings last week and 2 weeks in the UK. But I mean, this is why I train and I spend as much time in the gym as I do or eat the way that I do, to where I'm able to use heat and conditions like this to my advantage if I can. So, being in Florida before we left for London to go to the Scottish, I mean, it was the hottest I've ever felt in Florida, and it was tough, and I was in shorts and a t-shirt. So, and being in pants, it won't be quite as hot, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of hydrating, a lot of resting, and just trying to take breaks as often as we can.
All right, Justin, we appreciate your time as always.
Yep.
Best of luck this week.
Thank you.